Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Unknown Tales, and today we got something truly interesting in store for you. But before we dive in, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our weekly content. Now, with October being right around the corner, I decided I'm going to be posting more spooky content. And today I have 3 stories to share with you guys. So, if you're ready, let's jump right in. The Enfield Poltergeist. In the late 1970s, the Hodgson family, living in a quiet suburb of London, claimed to have experienced a terrifying and unexplained series of paranormal events that came to be known as the Enfield Poltergeist case. It's one of the most famous and well-documented cases of paranormal activity in history. The haunting began in August 1977, when single mother Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children started hearing strange noises in their house. These noises escalated into loud knocking and banging sounds, furniture moving on its own, and the children's toys being thrown around. They also reported witnessing heavy furniture levitating off the ground. The most chilling aspect of the case was the alleged possession of one of the daughters, Janet Hodgson. She would speak in a deep, guttural voice and claim to be possessed by the spirit of the former resident of the house. Witnesses, including police officers and paranormal investigators, reported seeing furniture moving and levitating when the family was not near it. The case attracted significant media attention and was investigated by paranormal researchers, including the renowned paranormal investigator Maurice Grosse. They recorded numerous instances of the strange phenomena, including recordings of Janet speaking in a voice that was not her own. The activity continued for more than a year before gradually subsiding. Skeptics suggested that the children might have been responsible for some of the phenomena, while believers argued that the case represented strong evidence of paranormal activity. And to this day, the Enfield Poltergeist remains a controversial and unsettling case in the annals of paranormal activity. It has been the subject of books, documentaries, and movies, including The Conjuring 2, which is loosely based on the events. Whether one believes in paranormal or not, the Enfield Poltergeist case continues to intrigue and unsettle those who explore its details. Now, I'd like to know down in the comments what you guys think of this story. And if you were in the Hodgson's family situation, how would you react to the paranormal activity? The Bell Witch Haunting. The Bell Witch Haunting is a famous and well-documented case of alleged paranormal activity that occurred in the early 19th century in Adams, Tennessee. The haunting centered around the Bell family and remains one of the most enduring and unsettling ghost stories in American history. The story begins in the early 1800s when John Bell, a farmer, and his family moved to the area. Soon after their arrival, strange phenomena began to plague the Bell household. It started with an unexplained knocking and scratching sounds on the wall and doors, but it quickly escalated into more sinister events. Members of the Bell family reported hearing disembodied voices, often whispering their names in the dark. They claimed that their bed sheets were pulled off, their hair was pulled, and they were scratched and pinched by invisible hands. Disturbingly, the entities seemed to have a particular vendetta against John Bell, who experienced the brunt of the torment. Neighbors and visitors to the Bell household also reported witnessing the strange events. Word of the haunting spread, attracting the attention of curious onlookers and eventually leading to an investigation by Andrew Jackson. The entity responsible for the haunting, which came to be known as the Bell Witch, was said to be a malevolent spirit with a deep hatred for John Bell. It often communicated with the family and visitors, displaying an eerie knowledge of the personal lives. The Bell Witch's reign of terror continued for several years until, as suddenly as it began, it ceased its torment. John Bell died under mysterious circumstances, with the Bell Witch reportedly taking credit for his death. Afterward, it promised to return in 7 years, but its threat was never realized. The Bell Witch haunting remains a historical mystery, with some believing it to be a genuine supernatural event, and others attributing to the mass hysteria and elaborate hoaxes. Regardless of the explanation, the story of the Bell Witch continues to captivate and terrify those who encounter it. The haunting of Borley Rectory. Borley Rectory was a Victorian-era mansion in Essex, England, often dubbed the most haunted house in England. Its haunting story began in the early 20th century and has since become one of the most famous and mysterious ghost tales in the United Kingdom. The story goes that in the early 1900s, the Reverend Henry Bull lived at Borley Rectory with his son. Soon after moving in, they began to experience strange and unexplained events. These events included phantom footsteps, disembodied voices, and objects moving on their own. The family also reported seeing ghostly apparitions of monks wandering the premises. In 1928, the Bull family left the rectory, and it was subsequently occupied by Reverend Foister and his wife Marianne. The haunting intensified during their stay. Marianne reported that she was physically attacked by unseen forces, and the words "Marianne, please help" mysteriously appeared on the walls. The Foister family left Borley Rectory in 1935, and the property was then leased to paranormal investigator Harry Price. Price's investigations uncovered a history of reported hauntings dating back centuries, including the legend of a nun from a nearby convent who had fallen in love with a monk and was bricked up alive as punishment. Price's presence seemed to provoke more intense paranormal activity. He documented strange phenomena, including unexplained footsteps, messages written on the walls, and even photographs of ghostly apparitions. In 1939, Borley Rectory was destroyed by a fire, and the ruins were eventually demolished in 1944. Despite its destruction, the Borley Rectory story has persisted as one of the most famous and mysterious cases of alleged haunting in history. Skeptics have suggested that some of the phenomena could be attributed to natural causes, while believers argue that the intense and varied nature of the reported events points to something beyond mere coincidence. Whether the haunting of Borley Rectory was a genuine paranormal phenomenon or the result of more earthly factors, it remains a chilling and enduring tale of supernatural. Thank you if you made it to the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Comment what you guys think down below, and if you guys liked the video and want to see more like this, just be sure to like and subscribe. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.